Oh, fuck. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. What's up, party people? The MOB, the Mob Members Only Baseball. What's going on? What's happening? What is cracking? Let's see. What's cracking? And there's not very many people here yet, so we'll see what happens here in a moment. Welcome to episode 3 here of Mondays in the Mob, season 3. We've got some things to talk about and some announcements to make and some regular show stuff as well. Yogi's here as always. Yogi, what's up, bro, with you? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? It's a Monday.
It is a Monday. Oh, shit, I got you really loud. Holy fuck, I should turn you down. Hold on a second.
My voice probably wasn't as strong last time.
Maybe. When you were sick or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still had that weak
All
voice.
right, give me a mic check.
Mic check 1 2. Mic
Yeah,
check 1
I think
2.
that's better. Keith is taking the night off, but Ray is here tonight with us. He'll be coming back with his rants after missing last week. And what was that? Did you do them during the postseason? What's the last time you did a rant, Ray?
I think the last time I did a rant was I did it for every single series of the postseason. I did one for the World Series as well.
Oh, okay.
It worked out for 2 games in the World Series, but then the next 4.
Not so great.
Yeah.
And of course, Bullet Biletsky in the house, going to be doing bullet points and be our third wingman tonight. Bullet, what's up with you, bro?
What's going on, man? Just a rainy, shitty Monday in New York City.
Yeah, what's going on? What's really shitty in New York City?
The rain. It's raining.
I know, dude. It's been storming here all day, too.
Severe thunderstorms all day, like thunderstorm warnings, lightning warnings, like through tomorrow. Just annoying shit. Flooding, all that crap.
I just got a notification. This is something weird. I got some little notification on Twitch. You made progress. Watch 2 more days this week to earn weekly.
I just got that as well.
And it's
I got that as well.
Little weird. What the fuck? Some kind of plant or some weird shit. What the fuck is that?
I never saw that before. I don't know what that is.
I've never seen that before either. Fucking weird shit. Is that everybody that's here? Yeah, let's see who's in the chat. Boonberry was actually the first one here because he showed up at 6:49 when we were supposed to go live at 7. So props to Boonberry.
Yes, sir.
But the first one for 8 o'clock. Yeah, right. The first one for 8 o'clock was Clams. Followed by Bullet, who says, I'm just here for the beaver nugget. You know, we finally had to throw the rest of Lisa's bag away because she never finished it and they were stale.
Oh, man.
I know, what a waste of beaver nuggets.
That would never happen in my house.
How's those brisket sandwiches, motherfucker?
Yeah, right. I was like, have you finished all those sandwiches?
Oh, yeah. We finished them in like 3 days. My son's an animal.
Oh, my God, bro. That's wild. What'd I say? Clams, Bullet, Yogi, Michaela, PSN Blackfire 1. Members only baseball is here, believe it or not. Gunny, Annie, subscribing for 12 months. Bob Funk, Bearded Android, Corn King. Wow, Corn King's here. That's weird. I think that's it. And Boomberry. Boomberry's like, I got nothing going on, man. He's like, I got nothing.
Wait 2 months, he will.
Right. Let's see who's hiding. Is Twin Screw hiding? Twin Screw is hiding. Twin Screw.
What's happening?
Other than that, Freddie and I think it's everybody. There's like 15 of us just chilling here on a fucking Monday night at 8 o'clock. I don't know where everybody is, but hopefully they're busy fucking finishing up their motherfucking posts, their earnings posts. I hope so.
Happy face.
I apologize for making it 2 minutes late, but I had to change a flat timer. That's no excuse, Crazy. You should always be first. I don't care what's going on in your life. Anyway.
Wow.
Yes.
It took a minute for that to sink in. I was like, wait a second.
Corn King, it's a rare sighting for me. It is. It has been, actually, for a couple seasons. Let me see. Let me get rid of some of these fucking things of the way here. I don't need
It's been
that.
a rare sighting. He's no longer the Corn King.
What is he?
I don't know, but he doesn't have the fucking crown anymore since he decides not to show the fuck up.
No, why are you sound really low all of a sudden.
Do I?
Yeah.
He's not.
Ray's saving he's saving his energy. He's got a whole off season plus 2 weeks of rants pent up in that large body, so he is ready to explode.
In that large
okay. First and foremost, There is nothing pent up in this body. You can ask clams.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
I don't think we need
Bullet
to
point.
hear
Bullet
that.
point.
Yep.
Next bullet point number 1 for next week. Noted.
My eyes, my ears.
He does it to himself, Bullet. He does it to himself.
Oh, now,
Sure-
Yogi, now
sure
you're all
does.
low again too. What the fuck is going on here? I don't know
Word
what's
fucking
going
up?
on. Fuck, I don't know, man. Whatever.
It's
Clan,
Monday.
Oh, Benji, wait a minute. We have.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
No way.
Zach Holdorf and Benji Matson in the same show. What is the apocalypse upon us? I think it might be.
Wow.
Deli's
Wow.
here. Deli, good to see you.
You never see those two in the same room.
No,
you know?
I think they might be the same person.
They might. That's what I was.
Yeah,
That was I was
I think
alluding
it's
to.
weird.
Yeah.
That's in Revelation somewhere. Beware of Corn and
Yeah,
Benji on the same night.
It is.
Wow.
And it coincides with the Book of Daniel, I think, too. Is that right, Benji? Let me see. I'm going to turn Yogi up a little more. Hold on. You're a little low on my meter over here.
No, we'll get it right.
He
We'll
says
get it right
hell
eventually.
froze over. Absolutely. All right. So welcome to Mondays in the Mob. This is episode 3 of season 3, and I don't really have a story time except to tell you this. I think people tried to scam me this morning. I was on the phone with, I think it was Soto or Wink. I can't remember which one. I talked to both of them multiple times a day. I think it was Soto. And there's a knock at the door. I walk in the door, and there's this short little, probably 8-year-old black girl at the door. And so I put Soto on hold. I'm like, hey, what's up, sweetie? What do you need? And she says something about her dance team or whatever. And there's a car idling in the middle of my street. And it's this beat up, broken down, early 2000s Honda Accord. It's beat to shit. The paint job's terrible. It's missing a hubcap on the front. Just terrible. And then there's a little older girl, probably, if I had to guess, 12, at the door across the street. And so the little girl's like, can you give us money for our dance team? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What? And she said it again. And I go, who's your dance team? She goes, the pink somethings. I don't remember what she said. And I was like, is that your mom in the car? She goes, that's my coach, my dance coach. I go, okay, does your dance coach have any paperwork? And she just looks at me with this, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, like paperwork. Do you have a clipboard, some kind of paper that shows me about your dance team, anything at all? And she goes, I don't know. And then she goes, but we have a Facebook. And I'm like, I said, go tell your dance coach to come talk to me. And then she went over and met the 12-year-old girl in the middle of the fucking street. Thank God there wasn't traffic coming. And they talked for a minute, and they got in the car and went one house down and got out of the car again and went to the other neighbor houses. I have no idea what the fuck they were doing, but that seemed weird as fuck to me. I'm pretty sure they were trying to scam people out of money, because she didn't look like a dance coach, and I don't know, man. That car was beat to shit. So I don't know what that was all about, but if anybody comes knocking on your door saying they're part of the pink, Facebook dance team from Knoxville or whatever the fuck, probably don't want to give them money. So just saying. Anybody else on the panel gets scammed or try to get scammed lately? Like when you were traveling to Knoxville and back, anything in the airport or at a Buc-ee's or anything like that? Anybody?
Yeah, we had this guy. He's got like a bald head. He sat there and said we were gonna have a fun time in Knoxville, and it was just the worst fucking time ever.
No,
I
but
think
you
his
sent
name
him
was,
money, right?
like rave or.
But you sent him money. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah, we had to send him money because he was just like, oh, I'm too broke to pay for that. No, I'm kidding.
Crazy says I was hoping it worked. I was gonna make my kids into dance troupe to raise money for a new vehicle. They ain't making it up the walkway at Annie's house. Apparently, if anyone wants to donate to my dance team called the Twirling Pinkies, I'll give you my. I wonder if it was the Twirling Pinkies. I'm pretty sure the word pink was first, but that totally threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it was so random. Usually when those people come up, they're prepared with literature and some kind of
Yeah.
pamphlets and something. This chick was just like, "Can you give me money for my dance team, bro?"
Yeah. My daughter, we did that with my daughter when she was on her dance team, but we only did it in apartment buildings, never houses. And we were always like there was like 5 adults standing by the elevator while the girls went from door to door
Yeah,
on
and
the
I couldn't
floor.
even see
You know
the
what I
lady
mean?
in the car. I couldn't even see her.
That's odd.
Yeah,
That seems like sketchy.
No, it was totally sketch, man. It was sketch. Anyway, I didn't really have a story time until that happened to me this afternoon. So you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. There's your fucking story time. So there you go. That's gonna bring
told
us.
him the only thing pink in this house that gets money is Pink Lisa.
That's right. Damn it. I was like, "Are you part of the Pink Lisa dance team?" If she said yes, I would have fucking like broke out the checkbook and shit. Probably. I would have been, "Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know Lisa had a dance team." All right, thanks, guys. All right, so that brings us to bullet points with Bullet Boletsky, and we're gonna do so. Last week, I did just this one Tommy gun, and we did one bullet point at a time to make them bigger because we had so many. I couldn't do the normal 6. Well, Bullet still only sent me 6, but I kind of like that format where it was bigger and people could see it. So we're gonna try that one more time. If it sucks, then we'll go back to the old format where you guys will have to squint and look at your phones to try to read along with Bullet. Otherwise, we might just keep this format, I think. So Bullet last week was a hell of a show, and I feel like you might have had more than 6 bullet. Did you have to trim it down, or was 6 about the right number this week?
I mean, I trimmed it down slightly. I consolidated one to make it one, but there was a lot of locker room humor last week. So rather than be redundant, I tried to like break it up a little.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yep, got it.
But with locker room humor, hard
No,
to
I
do.
get that. I get that. Clam says in the chat, I know like we would be in uniform and etc. Or like my mom would make a poster at work and say it's that time of the year. Parent, yeah, I mean like show up with something other than just you. Like it was just her. No, and she wasn't even in a dance uniform. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was fucking weird. I thought we were gonna get fucking robbed or something. I don't know what's going on.
If we had Keith here, he would spend 20 minutes talking about this shit.
Well, this is why we got to do the under. Oh, crazy. You want to throw in a fucking over-under thing? Let's do the over-under prediction at, it says the 8, so it's 8 o'clock. Let's do it for 9:05 p.m. I think it's going to be a quick show. I don't think we're going to go through a lot. So let's do 9:05 p.m. So if it's before 9:05, it's the under. If it's after 9:05, it's the over. And if it's in the 9:05, it's a push. Is that what we did last time? Something like that. I'll let you take care of it, Crazy. You do you, bro. All right. So
if we're in the 9:04, we are in Florida.
Yes, Corn King. That's what all the ladies say. Thank you very much. Hey yo. What'd you say about Florida?
Yeah, you kept saying 9:05, and I was like, and if we're in the 9:04, we're in Florida.
I did not know that. Is 9:05 and hold on a second. Breaking news: Dave doesn't give money to dancers. That's right, damn it! I don't go to those clubs, Deli. All right. Oh my God, I do have another story time. Holy fuck! I just remembered something.
Really? You remembered this after dancers?
Yes. So here's some. Oh my God, I meant to screenshot this yesterday and post it in the dugout, and I got sidetracked, and I totally fucking forgot. You ready for this? There's this it's a political page, but it's politically neutral. It's called Backroom Knox, and it talks about all the shit in Knoxville, political, whether it's left, right, center, whatever. They don't like. They just fucking tell you this is what the fuck's going on, and this is what we think. Blah 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 blah. Right? He just invited the dancers to his house while Lisa's away. No, that's not why. That's not my story time. That is not my story time. Bro, I was blown away by this. So the picture was of like a club. So think of a building that's a nightclub. It's all tinted windows with some cinder block and like maybe ramp or stairs or some shit like that. I'll have to find it and post it later. And it had I don't remember the name of the title, but it said he was basically saying, did you guys know this existed in Knoxville? And if you zoom in on the front window, there's a fucking, remember when we were growing up you go to McDonald's or Burger King and there'd be like paintings on the window or whatever, right? There was a fucking painting like that of an upside down pineapple.
Nice.
And it said, did anybody know that this club existed, whatever? And so I started reading through the comments, and there was probably like 50 comments, and some people knew about it, said they've been there for years. Some people were like, holy shit, I never heard of it. It's on Central Street, which is one of the two roads we take from our house to go to downtown. So I don't know where it is on Central, but I was like, wait a minute, I'm on Central like all the fucking time. I've never seen it or noticed it. And it just went on to talk about how it's been here forever and what it is and what the upside down pineapple means and all that stuff. And I was going to tag Winkler, but I forgot to do that too. And I was just flabbergasted. Like, remember we were talking about starting at the very beginning of the conversations of the convention, we were talking about Knoxville, and that we had that one show that night where we came up with the mouse ears or whatever the fuck strip club that was. We were trying to find out the strip clubs.
Chris,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm shocked that with all the research done that night that this didn't pop up.
That's upside down pineapple. That's different than what we were looking for. We were looking for gentlemen's clubs.
Hold on a second. Well, that's true too.
Now we know where Wink was when he was late getting to the hotel. He
on the road till 4 a.m. My ass.
Yeah, my ass.
Wink's like, I'll be there Thursday. I'll be there Thursday night.
Yeah,
I'll be there Friday.
There's like 5 bullet points already. We've been on this show for 10 minutes.
20 minutes.
I mean, dude, bro, I mean,
can't beat that.
Tell me though, if I had not shared that, you guys would have been bummed out. I'm just saying, because that's a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we know where Wink was.
All right.
That's
so
a good one.
anyway, apparently there is an upside down pineapple club here in Knoxville on Central Street, somewhere between my house and downtown Knoxville. So there you go. I don't remember what they said the name of it was. I want to say it started with like an E or an F. And it was a really short name. Fuck. I'll try to think. I'll look it up later and I'll let you guys know. But anyway, so that's where we're at with that. Since Ray, you're back, are you gonna do the drum roll gong thing tonight?
Oh, I can, yeah.
All right, let's do that. So we're gonna do the bullet points like we did last week, and see if that looks better for you guys to be able to read the shit. It'll be bigger and what have you. Backroom. Oh, Backroom Knocks. Yeah, the name of the site. Backroom, huh? Backroom Dancers.
Oh boy!
Thank God that wasn't the name of the dancing group.
Backroom Pinkies.
I'm just saying, like, dude, I was just like, holy shit. The fact that they put it on there, like, that's not even a political thing. The guy that runs the page was just, I think he was shocked. He's like, we have one of these here at Knoxville. He couldn't believe it. And some people are like, yeah, it's been here for years. We're like, what the fuck? Yeah. So there you go. All right.
I started a chapter before I left. That's all I was.
We're wondering why you guys left in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
All right.
Brisket sandwich is my ass.
Yeah, right. and then they covered up with this bullshit Bucky story.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I spent $300 on brisket sandwiches and quotes.
Oh, wait,
right?
Doug Day. It's upside down briskets.
There we go.
Doug Day just posted something. The Upside Down Pineapple Club. I don't think that's what it was called, bro. I'm pretty sure it was a way shorter name than that. If that's in Knoxville, though, too, I'm not clicking on that. By the way, I'm not clicking on that spam that Doug Day's putting in the server. Fuck that. All right. Last week we had 12 bullet points. Normal bullet points, as we have discussed previously, will be 6 or less each week to help keep the show on the under during weeks where we actually have games afterwards. So let's kick things off here with bullet point number 1 from last week's show.
Okay, number 1. Right out of the gate, Dave insulted the entire panel when he said, the show will be 75 minutes this week, but some of the guys here can't go 75 minutes. Well, this is essentially true because 75 minutes is a pipe dream at this point, but saying it out loud triggers an existential crisis for some of us older guys in the league.
That's true.
So,
that is true. And listen, all I'm saying is I wasn't lying. I'm just saying. Dude, I can't do anything for 75. I can't eat for 75 minutes. I can barely sleep for 75 minutes at this point in my life. So,
I can watch football for 75 minutes.
Yeah, it is. What'd you say, Ray?
I can watch football for 75 minutes.
Yeah, I could too, but I'll probably have to be on my phone and do other things.
Go to the bathroom
Like
5 times.
Well, the commercials and halftimes don't count because there's not football happening.
Well, but is it 75 minutes? In the last 5 minutes of an NBA game with both teams having timeouts, because that's a lot longer than 75 minutes.
It takes Dave 75 minutes to go downstairs to the wine cellar because he has to stop at every mirror. That's what takes.
That's right.
I mean, there's.
And then
that,
if
I mean,
and if he remembers that he has a mirror in his hand,
oh,
then he looks at the mirror and in the mirror, and then it takes even.
It's
longer.
actually come in very
Oh,
handy
yeah.
so far. The 5 times thing's no joke, bro. I found
No joke.
I actually found what I thought was an imperfection on my face for a second. It was crazy. So
Oh, thank goodness.
all right. So let's move on to bullet point number 2 from last week.
Okay, number 2. Dave said he got rear-ended in Lisa's car a few days ago. That's it. That's the bullet point.
I might have. Maybe should have given a little more detail on that.
You said
maybe.
that thing verbatim. That I did not. That's literally a quote.
Wait, hold on. Dave didn't give any explanation to it whatsoever. He's just like, yeah, I got rear-ended. That's
No,
it.
he did. He gave it. He started with that. He led with that, but then he did explain. So,
Okay.
but I conveniently
Found
left that
Sunday,
part
the
out.
week before. Yeah.
But
I was about to say, Dave not explaining something he's talking about, that's a fucking shock.
No, I did. I definitely talked because remember that was the girl who was all shaken up and yada yada yada. But
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
but I mean, no, what you think she was shaken up?
God, here we go again.
Yeah, I got rear-ended. We were driving by the we were driving on Central.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna move on from that. Bullet point number
Yeah,
3.
the name we can't mention's new and used strap-ons.
Oh,
Boy.
there, yeah. Wait.
Oh.
Whoa. What kind of place do you think we're running here?
The little girl was shaken up, so it makes me wonder.
Gunny, I think that looks right. Eros or Eros or Eros?
that sounds
Eros? I don't know how you
Eros.
whatever Eros, I guess.
Good God.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. She was
Oh, backwards it spells sore. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Because that's what you
Oh,
get when you go
boy.
to one of those clubs, I guess.
And 4 is 4.
Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Dude, Doug Day said the girl who under me was heading to dance practice.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's great.
Oh, great.
That really is fucking hilarious. All right, what number are we on? 3?
I heard
3,
you didn't want to
Yeah.
donate to my dance class, huh?
Oh god, that's fucking.
All right.
Oh god, that's fucking
You
terrible.
can't make this shit up.
Oh god, dude, I'm so glad.
Oh.
I'm just glad.
Organically here.
I'm just glad when I asked her what her name of her team was, she didn't say the Pink Pineapples or some shit. That would have been.
Oh my god.
Oh god, hold her say we're off the rails like normal. That's what we do, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. Bullet point number 3, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, 3.
All right, let's do that one.
Man, too bad Keith's not here because this one's for him. Anyway,
Oh, boy.
okay, number 3. The panel was chatting about the movie Office Space, and we decided that the funniest line of the movie is, "I deal with the goddamn customers, damn it."
That
We
was
also
so
talked
funny.
about that was funny. We also talked about Cheers, MASH, Happy Days, Brady Bunch, and all the classic sitcoms from the 70s and 80s, none of which Keith ever heard of.
Never, dude. I love how we were like that was called television.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'll tell you right now, I've heard of MASH and Brady Bunch. That's about it.
You ever heard of Happy Days with the
Blasphemy.
Fonzarelli?
No.
Or Cheers? No Cheers?
Cheers,
That's-
bro.
The,
That's how
and
it is.
the only reason why I know about MASH is because of clams.
Wow.
You don't know about Marsha Brady? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Marsha,
I know
Marsha,
about the
Marsha.
Brady's. I know Brady
Marsha,
Bunch.
Marsha.
Brady Bunch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you do know Brady Bunch. Okay. All right. No,
I do
you
know the
didn't
Brady
Happy
Bunch. I know
Days?
MASH and Brady Bunch. That's it.
Yeah, I think this
Right.
conversation last week started with Cheers because Lisa and I have been rewatching.
It
Cheers.
did. It did. It
Yeah.
did.
I think we're in season 3 now. Sam and Diane have broken up, and Frasier is in the his first
In
episode.
the picture.
Yep.
Yep.
He showed up for the first one. It's when Sam is, off the wagon, and Diane talks him into talking to a guy, and he's been there the whole time listening to Sam fucking talk and shit. So Frasier's now into his second episode. That's where we're at. So whatever that is, season 3.
Hello, Newman. Newman's probably not in yet.
No, Newman. Who's Newman?
Hello, Newman.
Who's
From Seinfeld.
Oh, that's Seinfeld.
Oh, that's Seinfeld.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's
that's
I
right.
was like, that's
you're right.
totally-
You're right.
No, and we still have Coach instead of Woody. We still have Diane instead of fucking what's the brunette's
Right.
name? That ruined the show. Allie Christie.
Yes.
Christy Alley.
Allie
Yeah,
Christie.
Christy
Christie
Alley.
Alley.
Yeah.
It's Kirstie Alley. Yeah.
Gunny says Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy were spinoffs of Happy. Yeah. Yep. They were.
Oh, yeah.
That was good days. Good times. Good times.
And the term "jump the shark" came from Happy
came
Days.
from Happy
Mhm.
Days. Yeah.
Yep.
Jump the Shark.
Yep.
Who said that they never heard of Happy Days? Is that Ray? Ray, you never heard of Jump the Shark, bro?
No.
Holy fuck! You and Keith need to hang out more often.
Yeah.
You trying to make me die slowly?
Apparently. Well, don't worry. He'll just talk you to death. Hey, all right.
Oh, hey.
Bullet point number 4.
Four. Okay, Dave accomplished the impossible when he played a sound clip of the song Bad to the Bone so many times that he made every Gen Xer in the audience hate the song forever.
I was prepared for that all day long, bro.
Yeah. Good one. That was a good one.
That's
But
our
you
new
did.
breaking
You must have
news.
played that. You played that clip 50 times, man.
Bro, I had a lot of breaking news last week. We had like 4
I
fucking breaking
know.
news, man. But, and then
That's-
within each one, I had to be like, do you want the news? Do you want the bad news?
Right.
Come on, that shit was funny.
It was funny.
It was fucking funny. But
And I still do like the song in actuality.
know.
So that was,
I know. You know why? Because that song is.
Certified badass.
Yes, it is. All right. That was 4. Let's go to 5.
Yes. Let's go to 5.
Fuck, my soundboard closed.
Okay, to ease the burden of a 4-day broadcast schedule, Dave announced that Chris Lee would be helping take the load off Wink and Dave and streaming the games on Wednesday. In the chat, Wink said, "Of course Chris would volunteer to take a load."
I don't even know what to say about this.
Oh, shit. This is funny now.
I know the only thing I can really say is.
Please tell me that wasn't in the back of Lisa's car.
No,
Oh, man.
no. It was not. If it is, it's on the outside anyway. So
Okay.
that's all right. And Lisa's car is white, so.
And blinged out.
Oh God.
Jeez.
You don't want to say anything about this one.
It was Wink is either going to say that or he'd be like, "Oh, finally, Chris wants to fucking do something for once in his life."
Oh, Benji's reminding us it's a fucking family show, bro.
Yeah,
This
right.
needs to be a family show.
You
Yeah,
haven't been here.
in
You haven't been to this
I
one.
think in episode 1 it was a family show.
Yeah.
I think.
This used to be a family show, and we got an email that just reads DP bouncing up and down.
Oh my God, that is fucking too much, man. Yeah, I think it was. I think whatever what was the show I did with Johnny for 2 episodes before Access Live to get my feet wet. That might have been a family show, maybe, but I think since then the wheels have come off, man.
Yeah.
That was a long time. All right, one more bullet point left to go from last week's show. Bullet point number 6.
Okay, when talking about the Hall of Fame, Yogi said, "Wait till you see the size of Babe Ruth's bat." I said, "Yeah, it's like a fucking log." And Dave said, "It's huge." I think we can all agree that these 3 quotes in succession are the essence of bullet points.
I completely agree. Somebody in the chat, if I
You
remember
argue.
too, said something about him having some big wood or something too. So there was on there. What the hell? Yeah. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I
a
might have-
family This is not a family show, bro.
I was about to say this just sounds like y'all chilling downstairs in a hotel room past midnight.
Right?
Right? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Without the whiskey, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you got the whiskey.
Yeah,
Scotch.
dude, Clams is she did make bullet points for once, Bullet. What's up with that?
Wow.
I showed some mercy this
I
week.
showed some mercy. Well, there you go,
Be
folks.
prepared next week.
Right.
Bullet points by Bullet Beletsky here. Money's in the mob. Shut your whore mouth. There's no bonus bullet point tonight. Or if there was, I didn't copy it. Was there a bonus?
No,
Okay.
there was not.
Okay.
There was not.
I would say if there was, I missed it.
We can talk about Babe Ruth's bat, though, if you want. I mean,
Yeah, what about it? What do you want? What would you like to say about Babe Ruth's bat there?
It was 48 inches or something.
It was 30.
42 ounces, 48 inches, something
Yeah,
like that.
That's a huge
44,
that's
something
a
like
huge
that.
piece of wood, bro.
It was a huge
stick.
piece of wood, man.
Big stick.
Or is there a cue bad to the bone music? Should I do that instead? Or how about I just do this?
Probably.
Babe Ruth's bat was 45 ounces apparently. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's
45.
Fucking,
Wow.
fucking huge. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it legitimately is like a large
what do they
bat
use
compared
now?
to the other bats there.
I
What
don't
do
know.
they use now? 28, 29?
Yeah. Imagine if he had a lighter
Wow.
bat. I wonder if he would have hit more. Or maybe he would have hit less. I don't know. Interesting topic. We can talk about it on another show, but 45 ounces equals 3 inches. I don't know where you get that from.
Yeah.
Is that what Tina tells you, bro?
Oh boy.
Wow. Woo. Bullet point number 4 next week.
Yeah, that's going on the list.
That's it. All right. Well, Bullet, thank you as always. Those are bullet points by Bullet Beletsky. 6 of them now during the week, so we can try to stay on the under, which is just a miracle we are hoping to happen at some point. So, Bullet, thanks as always. Appreciate it, bro.
Anytime, Dave. Anytime. My pleasure.
All right, that's going to bring up, what do we have next? Let's see. What do I do? I moved things around right before we went on air, so I'm not even sure what's coming up next. Oh, I want to talk about the standings real quick. I stretched the shit out of this fucking graphic, so you're just going to have to bear with me on it. As you know, Eagle has taken on the position of standings guru here in the mob, and he does the standings after every game, and then at the end of the week, we send them to Deli, and Deli makes graphics for us. And this is where we are after week 1 in the mob. Remember now, we're doing standings a little different because we don't have divisions. It's one big division, like one big table in soccer. The A's are at the top of the league. They got 3 points for every win, so that's 9 points at the top. Baltimore in second with 2 wins, and then you can see the rest down there. There's a little bit of a logjam there. Baltimore, the Mets, and Yankees all with 6 points, and then another one down here. Red Sox, Brewers, and Pirates. Cleveland, the only team to not win a game in week 1, and Boston came close, I think, but they took care of business in game 3. So, but you see that whole bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More than half the league won 1 game or less, which to me is a little surprising with the parity we've had here recently. I think, though, Yogi, a lot of it is just it's week 1. Nobody knows shit. Everybody's still trying to figure out their pitching situation. Things are all over the place. But does this show that a few teams have it figured out and the others don't, or is it still just completely random?
I think some of all of it. I think, going from archetypes to starting from everybody being 40 and having to figure out how am I going to build from here? How do I want this player to be? And picking holes that you can't get to. You just can't. If you want to do his batting average, well, you're not going to get to his defense. So you have to leave holes somewhere that you're going to progress. I've said since we started, I think it's going to take half the season for some of these teams to get the holes filled out so that their players are better rounded to go against who they're going against.
Yeah.
Some of the other teams may have done more like a 55 across the board to make like an average Joe just to get us started. It's everybody had different ways of going about it, and it was very complex. And it's showing as we start this how complex it is.
So, Bullet, does that mean that the A's and the Orioles and the Mets and the Yankees just figured it out quicker, or do you think they just got lucky? Because I got to be honest with you, I kind of feel like the A's, if any team, kind of figured it out. They kind of kicked ass in week 1, and they seemed prepared. Their starting pitchers they went 5-6 innings at least. The A's seem like they kind of had it figured out. Do you think that's the case, or are they just the benefit of playing one of the brand new teams in Cleveland, where the three teams that are all brand new were combined 2-7 this first week, or is it just that?
In the case of the A's versus Cleveland, I think in that particular case, the A's are clearly more mob league ready than Cleveland. But overall, I think that as Yogi said, I agree with him 100%. I think it's way too early to really read too much into the standings after week one. There's just so much still we don't know. There's still so many variables. People are still tinkering with their rotations, their AI players. It's unclear whose build was spot on and whose wasn't. So I think it's got to play itself out for weeks and weeks before we really get an idea. That being said, though, is it a surprise that some of the teams that were pretty decent last year got off to a good start? Was that a coincidence? I don't know. We'll see.
Ray, what do you think about the new teams going 2-7? You know, the Pittsburgh, our team, looked solid out the gate, the one game one, right? And then they shit the bed the next two games. Now, one of those games was only a 1-run loss, so they hung in with Baltimore, who technically right now is the second best team in the league. But was it unrealistic to expect that the new teams could do better than 2-7? I thought they would have gone at least 3-6, if not better. 2-7 seems a little subpar to me. What are your thoughts on these three new teams, the Red Sox, the Pirates, and the Guardians?
It's probably a little bit on us to expect these new teams to do better than to go way above our expectations of what they were going to be. And I think it's just a little bit because we got a little greedy with how season 2 went. Those new teams over there, besides a couple that I'm not going to name because they are dead in the water, and they should remain dead in the water for years and years and years to come until Dave says, "I'm tired of fucking doing this. Y'all are spoiled little brats. Fuck you."
That's today. No, go ahead. Sorry.
The new teams from last season, like especially the Brewers, the run that they had last season, that was fucking phenomenal. The Mets, the Mets were new last season. The Mets were great. Las Vegas, obviously, we're getting up there. Oh my god, we got a webcam on. Holy shit!
Oop, that was a mistake. I don't know what I did there. Wow,
Sorry,
what did I do?
We're getting distracted by Bullet's face here.
Yeah, outside of the upside down pineapple club.
Thankfully, I had pants on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, bullet point number 7.
Yes.
Zip.
Yeah.
Zip.
Yeah,
Oh
zip.
my god.
So if we're comparing this to last season, then yeah, we definitely went way above expectations for these new teams. But like Bullet just said earlier, it's a whole new thing. We no longer have these archetypes that everybody's basing a team around. It's mainly of how everybody wants their character built now, and that's going to be the key difference into like these new teams and how they're going to be running it this season.
I think for me personally, I think there were better expectations for the Red Sox and the Pirates because they both have a bunch of veterans on their teams from other teams. Cleveland, on the other hand, Nate Hall and Bob Funk, that's it. I mean, you've got Malishka, who's a rookie. You've got Cade Padgett, who's a rookie. I can't remember who their fifth player is off the top of my head, but
Bob Funk, you got him.
It's Nate, Bob, Malishka, Cade, and who am I missing? Oh, and Robo. Yeah, Robo. So here's the problem, though. The problem with Robo is, yes, he's a veteran, but he's never been able to really get bonus points. So he's a veteran.
He just gets base points.
Yeah, base points veteran, I guess.
Every season. Yeah. Base veteran every season.
Albert, I don't understand your question. Does the new game have an effect on this also? I'm not sure what you were talking about. If you want to clarify, I can answer that for you.
But look, one thing you haven't mentioned is if you look at the bottom 4 teams, look at the first 3. -1, -2. They were in all the games. They only lost the series by 1 run, and 2 runs.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So it could have gone either way.
Yeah. So that's a good point. I mean, look at St. Louis. Must have at least they won a game, I guess, and must have outscored their team or something. Because they got the extra innings win. That's what it was, and then they got clobbered.
Yeah.
Is that what is -9 right for St. Louis? It seems if they have 2 wins, one in regulation and one in extra innings, that seems like
I think what really hurt them was the game 3 against the Cubs.
Game 3, yeah, when they scored 11 in the first or something. It was unbelievable. I know it wasn't 11.
Oh, Albert, that's a good point. That's possible. Where some people might have, instead of taking the, looking at the new game and thinking about a new way to doing things, went, to their season 2 ways, if you will, and maybe that isn't working in the new game. That's a good point too. That's possible. These are all things we got to find out, right, over the next several weeks
time.
as we play the new game for sure. Well, I could not decide when I wanted to play this song.
Yeah, Cubs won game 3 8-1.
So I think I'm just going to play it right now. We have breaking news. And it's bad news. It's bad to the bone. I said bad. I can't even do it without laughing.
I can have another sound effect for you for whenever this happens again.
I don't think I want one anymore.
No. You found out people hated it. It's on.
Oh, I know. The fact, dude, if people hate this, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have 4 breaking news segments a show from now on. Fuck it. Yeah, Crazy says 1 win. Yeah, 1 extra, 1 innings. But did you lose game 3 by 9 runs? So something's wrong.
No,
something's off there.
They lost it by 7.
Okay, so I don't think -9 is correct. We're gonna have to double check with Eagle on that. I think -9 is incorrect because if you won 2 games, lost by 7, you would be less than 7 because you would have won the other 2 games. So we'll double check that particular stat. Anyway, we have breaking news, which is not really breaking. It was when I made this earlier today, but I've already told everybody.
Oh, okay, that's probably why. Sorry. The Cubs scored 3 in extra innings, so they won 5-2 on game 2.
Whoa, wait, so 5-2.
That's 10 runs there. They lost by 1. That's 9.
That's wild. That is, dude, for a team to win 2 games and have a -9 run differential has got to be an anomaly. Holy shit. That is crazy. Lost by 7, lost by 3, and then won by 1. Oh, my God. Well, that sounds like the Cardinals, to be honest with you. They always start the season weird, and then they end up finishing pretty well. So the breaking news isn't really breaking news per se. Just a reminder that there are no games tonight. We are hoping to have day games tomorrow. But since I made that announcement at noon, there's been some other minor complications with some builds, some posts, some earnings and progressions. So when we get off air tonight, I will finish going through things. And if we can fix things in a timely manner, then we will have day games tomorrow. This may be a I will let you know tomorrow situation on what we're going to do, depending on how many things are not the way they should be. Chris Lee posts 8-1, 5-2, so 7, 3. That's 10. Oh, so it should be 8 then. No, wait. You've got the Cubs. You have the Cubs winning all 3 games. That's not possible. Oh, All right, Chris Lee. I'll wait for you to fix it.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. On the is that for the last game? Or
that's for the first game. The Cards won 4-3.
Gotcha. Anyway, so I just want to pop this up. Let you know this is the normal schedule. This is what we're planning on doing every week. But this week, the breaking news is that due to the way some of the earnings and stuff are going, we are actually going to have a little owner powwow for about 30 minutes right after this show, and then I'll get into the builds and stuff. So Chris likes it backwards, says and upside down and from behind. Apparently, that covers everything we've talked about now. So anyway, that's that. So I want to take a few minutes here before we get into some baseball and just kind of refresh everybody's memory on stuff. This is all stuff that was posted on Friday around noon for the earnings. Off-season bonus earnings. You get a half point for each series pick'ems because that was still in season 2. Any postseason game where you were player of the game, you get a half a point. Any pitcher postseason win, you get a half a point. and then any postseason normal earnings. And I used the word normal because I wanted it to be I wanted you guys to think normal in a game. That's why I used it, i.e., stolen bases, double plays, home runs, etc. What's not included in the postseason, and what we've seen a few people do, is server boost and mob tag, because the whole point of bonus earnings in the postseason is for the people who have made it to the postseason based on their performance. So if you're not playing in the postseason, you shouldn't be getting points for other things. So that's the top portion. In the middle there, 1 point if you're a regular broadcaster or a play-by-play analyst or mod clipper or a third wheel when we were doing third wheels. 1 point if you were regular on the Season 2 stats team, and 1 point if you were one of the Season 2 team spreadsheet reps. Each team had one of those. Additionally, half point if you're voted in the All-Stars. Playing if your team won, if you were the Ass MVP, which obviously was Ducati, if you were the winning Ass Manager, which was obviously Yogi, and anybody who got a Season 1 or Season 2 award or won an award also got to have a point. What I didn't put on here because it wasn't necessary for one person, I DM'd Bob Funk separately to let him know that he got a half a point for winning the Mobster Mash. Then here are your Season 3 weekly earnings. Now, this is the gray and white spreadsheet, which we'll get to here in a minute. That's the last thing. This was more to just tell you, you're getting 4 points a week if you're a position player. You're getting 3 if you're a pitcher from the league, and then you've got your bonus points. You can't spend more than 4 on a single attribute, and you can't spend more than 8 per week total if you're a position player or a catcher. If you're a pitcher, it's 3 and 6. And you still can't do back-to-backs, and the 80, 85, 90, 95 rule is still in effect for this season. Third thing, owners get points. Now, owners get 2 weekly points, and they get 1 point if they win a series. But last season, those points were given too heavily to the same people all the time, so it made some rules for this season. You can, the owners are allowed to give no more than 1 point over a 2-week period. And basically the biggest thing to see on this one in particular is item number E. If player A received a half a point in week 1, a half point in week 2, they are eligible in week 3 because they've only had 1 point over 2 weeks. However, if a player receives 1 point from the owner in week 1, they are not eligible to receive any owner's points again until week 3. Owner's points and winning a series points, those are all considered owner points, so they're all the same. So basically, if you had 2 owner points and you also won a series and you have 6 humans, you could give everybody half a point. Is basically how it comes down. 2 more things. Here's some notes. Player specific earnings versus external personal earnings. I kind of touched on this a couple graphics ago. The player-specific earnings are, and this is mostly for pitchers and that have the 3 pitchers, and pitchers that also that did option D and have a position player this season as well. And here's the examples. If Lisa pitches and she gets a win in a player of the game, those points have to be spent on Lisa Pinkett. They can't be spent on her position player, Nicole, because Nicole did not earn them. Now, example B, Nicole hits a home run, steals a base. She's got to spend those points on Nicole because those were internal. They were player-specific earnings in the game. Example C, which is for the external earnings. If Lisa earned points boosting the server and having the mob tag, doing a broadcast, those external points she can divide across her players how she sees fit. Same thing with example D. Soto did a broadcast, helped with stat teams, and his team did team earnings spreadsheet rep. He can divide those points as he sees fit among the 3 starting pitchers he controls. So if it's something that was earned in game, it needs to be spent on the player who earned it. If it was spent outside of, or it was earned outside of the game, it can be spent on any of the players that particular person controls. And then lastly, we had a few changes here. Starting with week 1, if you're boosting the server, you have the mob tag or whatever, those points are back in effect. You see the red for each correct series pick'ems. Because we have more series, we have lowered the threshold from 0.5 to 0.25. So Last season, if you got all 4, you would get 2 points. If we had left it, that it would have been 2.5 points this week or this season. Instead, it will now be 1.25 points if you get them all right. Broadcasting still there, modding and clipping, the spreadsheet reps, and helping Keith with the stats. Player of the game, weekly awards, all that. I do want to touch on this. I've asked all pitchers, and I think I asked them. I don't remember if I put that in the pitching channel or not. We have one of the things we're going to talk about in the meeting right after this show with the owners is how we are going to adjust the pitchers with the most Ks, the least walks, and the lowest weekly ERA. Now, I put ERA and I put a little asterisk there because the asterisk was to remind you that last year it was the least runs. Well, as we've been having discussions with per nines and quality starts and all these things, we're going to hone in on this. So there will not be any pitching points for week 1, but they will be retroactive in week 2 for those who got them. We just want to make sure we're giving them to the right players. So everything else is mostly the same. Did you see that DM thread today, Corn? There's Wink already he said some stuff in there today about it. 2 home runs in a game, hitting a triple, hitting 4 for 4. This is another thing we're going to talk about tonight. Last season, it was 4 for 4. You had to have 4 hits. I think it was Eagle brought it up in the owner's channel. On the 4 and 4 and 5 for 5, should we count hit by pitch and walks? Because you can't count errors and you can't count fielder's choice anyway because they count as at-bats and you wouldn't get it anyway. But should we count those? So we had originally said yes. There's been some other people bringing up some other points that we're going to readdress that and double check it. As of right now, it's still 4 for 4 and 5 for 5, but you guys will know tomorrow after we talk about it tonight about that and the pitching stuff. Any type of walk-off is still a half point. Points for walk. Well, I mean, a walk's as good as a hit, right, Chris? So if you go 3 for 3 and a walk, and you didn't get out on any other thing, is that a 4 for 4 thing? That's the difference. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Because, and also, does it pertain more to 5 for 5 rather than 4 for 4? So, real quick though, just moving on. Inside the park, any type of walk-offs, stolen bases, all that stuff is all the same. The biggest change I think we made, other than the series pick'ems this season, that the shortstops and the first baseman were the beneficiaries of a lot of bonus earning points last year for double plays. They had the most. So instead of having that, front loaded, I guess, for those 2 positions, what we've decided now, and to make it where you don't have to go back and look for all the double plays in a game, we have decided that, walks? Wait, I think he's talking about walks, not walk-offs, I think. I'll walk you off. You want to do that? You might want to do that. You might want to do that like behind closed doors, bro. If you've been in a double play, if you were involved in a double play, whether it be infield or outfield, then you will get a half a point, and that's it. It's kind of like when you do the broadcast. Like if you do 1 broadcast or 10, you still only get a half a point. That's going to be the way for double plays, so we don't even have to worry about the extra tracking or any of that. Here's the thing. If you're an outfielder and you catch an out, and then the guy tags from like second to third or third to home and you throw him out, that's a double play for you and the catcher. However, if somebody hits a base hit to right field and you're the right fielder and you throw it to the second baseman, the second baseman throws it to the third baseman and you get him out, there's no outfield assist points for that. I think we discussed doing that last year, or maybe we even did it, I don't remember, but after more discussion, we decided that's not, why would you give a right fielder a point for the second baseman actually throwing him out, and the third baseman tagging him, whatever? It gets too convoluted. So there is no just put out points for outfielders this week. It'll just be the double play stuff. What else? I think the top right is all the same. I took one off. I don't remember what Wink reminded me the other day. I don't remember what it is. Oh, mob first. We've had enough mob first. We're in season 3. We don't need to do that anymore. So robbing a home run above the fence line. If you're involved in a triple play, you're definitely getting a point because I don't think we've even seen one yet. If you hit the 5 or 5 for better, that'll be up for discussion tonight. If you hit for the cycle, get a grand slam. That's all 1. And then, of course, the team owners and the team series win 1. I just wanted to make sure that I went over this again with everyone, since some people seem to not have seen any of these in the Mob Orders channel for some reason from Friday. So I wanted to make sure that everybody watching, listening, hearing, and seeing this on VOD later can hear me say them one by one. So that's that. All right, this is our new segment that we started last week, the over-under. And it's a good name for this because we're always talking about the over-under on this show. However, this is meant to be talked about the most overrated thing and the most underrated thing in the mob this week. It could be a person. It could be a thing. It could be a fruit, a planet, an animal. I don't know, fucking whatever. It could be a certain player you don't like, a team, a pitcher that sucked. I mean, there's a million things, a million different ways this could go. So, Doug Day says, with all the switch hitters, a home run from each side of the plate. Yeah, except that if you go switch hitter, it actually affects your home run hitting, so I don't think we're going to see that. We can talk about it, but I don't think you're going to see very many, if any, of those. So we're at the over-under. Yogi, you're going to be first up on this. What's the most overrated or underrated thing here in the mob since we had games last week in week 1?
Going 75 minutes. Way overrated.
I agree
Way
with
overrated.
that. I agree with that. 75
I
minutes.
can just leave it there. I can just leave it there.
You could.
Let it simmer. Just let it simmer.
Let it simmer. By the way, the over-under for this is 9:05, which is in 4 minutes, and we still got a couple more things. We're not going
We're
way
not
over.
going to make it.
We're
You're welcome
going
for
way
the
over.
500 points.
Yeah, we're going over. Bullet, what's the most overrated or underrated thing here in the mob this week?
So I don't know that I believe this just yet, but I'm gonna throw it out there as a hot take just to get the conversation going with the rest of the league.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the extra defensive attributes are overrated because
the left, right,
the
front.
react left, react right, back, forward, whatever those four are. Because a quick perusal of the errors through the first week, they seem more or less the same as last year. Not better, not worse. I didn't do an official comparison. A lot of games had no errors, and I'm fairly certain. I think I'm right where most people have discounted defense as much as I have, and have concentrated mostly on offense. And if that in fact is true, I don't think the defense suffered that much. But it's too early to tell. It's just 1 week, but I want to see what everybody else thinks about those extra 4 defensive attributes. But I'm going to go overrated, though.
You're overrated on those. I disagree with you. Here's the thing, though, too, is I last season I had 1 error for the whole fucking season. I already had an error in week 1. But it was a ball hit directly at me. So the left, right, front, back didn't even come into play.
Right.
And I went and looked at my defense afterwards, and it's not bad. So it was just one of those fucking things. So, but I agree.
Well,
go ahead.
The big question to ask is, are they where you want them to be? That's the question. They're not. Like I said, you had to rob Peter to pay Paul somewhere.
Right. So I'll tell you what I did, like full disclosure, I probably shouldn't even say, but whatever my defensive rating was last year, I matched it this year. I did give points to match my defensive rating from last year, because last year, whatever it was at was good enough to like make 1 or 2 errors the entire year. So that's what I did. So I did dedicate some points, but I didn't dedicate a lot, to be honest. So
to me, if it's in the game, it's going to matter. They wouldn't have put it in the game if it's not going to matter. So I think it's going to matter.
We would hope that it's going to matter if they put it in the fucking game. But I wonder. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. But Chris, or was it Chris? Reactions probably matter most for outfielders. I would mostly agree with that, but I think that directionally, it's different for different players. Like for shortstop, you definitely want left and right, for sure.
Well, look, I put Yount in at shortstop the second game.
Yeah,
he had 2 errors,
and he was
one
fucking terrible. Yeah,
because his
he was bad.
His numbers had only gone up like 5 and 5 out of the 4, so his defense wasn't there. It was a gamble I took, and it didn't pay off.
Boomberry says I made defense a priority and had the great play in game 3.
Yes, he did.
How's your offense been, Boomberry? Just asking for a friend.
Oh,
you got to
damn.
rob Peter to pay Paul, one or the other.
But I wonder though, Dave, if like someone just puts their defensive ability or whatever the standard attribute is called. I forget what it's called. Defensive ability, is that what it's called?
It's
Fielding ability. Fielding ability.
Fielding
Oh, you mean
ability.
the regular
Right.
one, the main one?
Yeah, the regular one. So like I jacked that one up, but I haven't really played around too much with the reaction ones. And for
Right.
1 week, so far so good. So I wonder how much that the reaction ones matter if in fact you really elevate the defensive ability or the reaction, the defensive ability one. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll soon find out.
You know,
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Bullet. I'll be watching closely now.
just
Right,
from my
just giving away
recollection,
all my trade secrets, man. Damn it.
just from my recollection, I don't think very many people put very many points on that anyway. So if we're not
Right,
seeing
exactly.
a difference, you might be onto
Right.
something. I'm not sure.
Right.
But
I wish Keith was here because he probably would have all these stats right in front of him about the errors and stuff.
yeah.
But I did a quick perusal of the games, and there were several games where there were 0 errors in total in the game, and a few more that were 1 error. There were definitely a few games where a team had 2 or 3 errors, but I don't recall how it was last year. So I like I said, it's just I just wanted to throw it out there
We'll
for
see.
discussion. more than
Also,
anything.
it may end up mattering more when maybe the hitters are better too, right? Hitting harder balls,
Yeah.
hitting balls in the hole more, whatever. That could also come into play. Maybe Benji says he's made sandwich making a priority, and so far they've been great. So glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, Benji. Ray, you got the last word on this. What's the most over or underrated thing here in the mob since week 1 games?
Well, apparently the most overrated thing is Ray actually being able to say what's overrated inside the mob, because apparently y'all just went off a fucking tangent for like 6-7 fucking minutes, and I was just sitting here just like, all right, I'll wait for my turn.
Wait,
Hold on.
you could
I'll
have
just
chimed
wait
in
here.
on that too, bro.
Yeah. To be fair, I wasn't even listening to any fucking one. I was just like,
here we go.
I was just like, I'm gonna wait for my thing.
Now
No,
the
true most overrated thing in the mob right now is the New York fucking Yankees thinking they just won another championship after one fucking series.
Yes.
Oh shit, that's actually fucking funny. Crazy Connect says it's your wrestling attire. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
In our wrestling
Damn.
fed, my guy just wrestled, so he's a little upset because I beat his tag team partner.
That's fucking funny, actually. All right, so there's the most over and underrated things according to our panelists for week 1, which we'll move on to the final segment for tonight. This is where we talk about the games coming up this week, and in between, Ray gets to do his rants. So let's look at the schedule real quick. Don't bother yourself with the Monday dates and all that shit, because we already know the schedule's changing for this week. Concentrate on the right side. Yankees against the Orioles. Remember, these are all home, away, neutral games. So game 1s we're under home for the top portion. Game 2s, the away team will be home that you see on the screen. And then game 3s, depending on how the teams perform against each other, who gets to pick and be the home team in a neutral field, just like we did the last 2 seasons. So that being said, let's start with Yankees Orioles. Is that okay, Ray? What's the order you want to do these in?
I did it in the order that the schedule has it. So
Which is this right here?
yes.
Okay. So Yankees and Orioles, and I'll go to Yogi and Bullet, and then Ray will do his thing. Yogi, Yankees and Orioles. I think it's kind of cool. And let me pull this back up real quick too. I want to pull the standings back up real cool. It is kind of cool because we may not get a chance to see this again, right? Because both teams were pretty bad last season. But to see 2 of the top 4 teams, or 2 technically tied for second, right? If you want to be technical about it, being able to play in week 2 that were formal rivals, right? For the first 2 seasons before this season, this is a great matchup. To me, I think this might be the matchup of the week. What are your thoughts on the matchup, and who do you think is going to win the series?
I got my eye on another one for matchup of the week, but somebody's going to come out of here no worse than 4-2.
Yeah,
at worst. So they're going to be sitting in a nice spot. They both won it. They both have a lot to prove still. but I think they're going to both lay it on the line because that's going to be huge. Starting out 4-2 versus 2-4.
It is. Who do you think takes
At
this?
worst.
Who do you think takes the series? Home, away, neutral. Remember.
My gut is just telling me the Yankees. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, that's.
But they've got
Yeesh.
something figured out to start the season. I'll go that far.
Or they're just getting fucking lucky. There's that. So Bullet, the second, ready for this? The Yankees Orioles is the second tightest pick'em with a 2.2 difference, 24-22 in favor of the Orioles. Does Mob Nation have it right, or do they have it wrong?
I think based on pedigree alone, up until right now, the Orioles have the slight edge. Although the Yankees were very impressive in Week 1, so that gives me pause to just jump on the Orioles bandwagon for this series. I think this will be a tight one. I'm gonna give the Orioles a very, very slight nod.
Slight edge. Okay, so Yogi says Yankees. Bullet says Orioles. Let's see what the Season 3 Diamond Massacre, a.k.a. Ray's Rant, has to say about this.
I'm so glad like everywhere else got like updated graphics and anything, and then there's just me. I'm still classic.
Okay, first of all, let's be honest. I did update it because it says Season 3 now instead of Season 2.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. I apologize. The one number difference.
I totally
makes
redid this graphic.
Totally better.
Slaved over that for
I mean,
for hours.
that's like saying the Yankees should get new uniforms, bro. It's too classic. Why would we get rid of this?
Because nobody likes the Yankees. So, all right. Speaking of those fuckboys, I feel like I'm being punished for having to talk about these two fuckers first. It's because I didn't do my rant last week, isn't it? All right, let me try to find some things to say about them that I already haven't fucking said. Yankees suck. I said that plenty of times in my life. Fuck Eagle. No, wait, that's a Dave thing. Hold on. The best acid. Wait, she's on the Mets now. Yeah, I have nothing. So maybe we get a Ray Bashan hate watch early in the season. Let me check my schedule. Oh no, I'm all booked up for the times that these two don't play each other. What a shame. Guess I will just have to enjoy my time doing literally anything the fuck else. What's that, Dave? Yeah, I guess I have to choose a winner. The winner will be us when the game is finally fucking over with and we move on to literally any other team. Give me the O's in a 2-1 series.
Oh, yeah, that's a great way to start. Give us who's the winners, us when the game is over. Oh, that's pretty fucking good. All right, I guess that brings us to game 2, or the series 2. Cardinals and Pirates, two teams that I think overall, technically, you could say they underperformed. That's not what I want. Where's the schedule or where's the standings? Technically, I feel like they underperformed because the Cardinals have been great and the Pirates had so many veterans. But, I mean, St. Louis, that -9 is so weird, like we talked about. Pirates only -2. Again, there's so much ground that either of these teams could make up if they win 2 or 3 or even sweep. So, Yogi, I don't know, man. This one seems interesting to me. Pirates and Cardinals, game 1 in Pittsburgh, game 2 in St. Louis. We'll see where the neutral game is. What are your thoughts on this, and who do you think is going to win the series?
This is the one I have for matchup of the week. I think you got two teams that are sitting at 1 and 2, are both itching to get some wins under their belt. And, however the series goes, if it goes great in your favor, boom, you turn it around and you're 4 and 2. If you win 2, you're 3 and 3. You're sitting in the middle of the pack. But it's a heck of a lot better than being 1 and 4, 1 and 5, or 2 and 4. So both of them want this series bad because it's going to jumpstart their season, and we'll see what a week's progression, how that changes things.
Who do you think is going to take it?
Gut says Pirates because of the veterans.
Yeah, this one is really close. Even closer, Bullet. I mentioned Yankees Orioles was the second closest. This is the closest. 24-23. Pittsburgh by one single fucking vote. So basically, it's a toss up. It's a wash.
Yeah.
Bullet, what do you think? Cardinals, Pirates.
Again, I think it's another close series. I'm gonna give the slight edge to the knuckleball guy, Gunny and the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that knuckleball's hard to deal with, and Cardinals had a good year. We still don't know what the Pirates are, so I'm gonna, with very little info, go with the Cardinals slight edge.
Chris Lee, I think we'll be
That's
done by 9:30. We've only got 3 more games after this, bro. After this one. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the Cardinals always starting off slow in a season.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I'm definitely taking the Pirates. The Cardinals.
But did they start off? Did
yeah,
they
remember?
start off slow?
Yeah, so last season, last season,
last season. But this season,
this season they're 2-1. But listen, they're 9 runs in the hole. So if they even lose one more game, whether it be an extra innings or regulation, they're going to drop several spots.
Aren't they 1-2? Aren't they 1-2?
No, they're 2.
I thought they won.
No, they're 2-1. They won a regulation. They won an extra innings, right?
Oh, they won an extra innings.
Right.
Right. So they got 1 point for that. Right.
Let's double check that. Let's double check that. Real quick.
Right.
I think you're right. They played an extra inning game.
So and they only lost one, but that one they lost, they got their ass kicked, and that's why they have a -9 run differential. Where the Pirates 1-2, but they only have a -2 run differential. So the argument is that the Pirates played more competitive than the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals won 2 games. I don't know. This is why I'm saying it's a toss up. You could argue this back and forth, I think, each way, Bullet.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I think it's a toss up for sure. But let's see what Ray has to say about the Cardinals and the Pirates here in week 2 of the Mob.
Oh, St. Louis. I know you are hurting and don't want to hear about it, but damn it, I will say it loud and proud. You got bent over and railed by the Cubbies. You guys do know it's not the postseason, right? You don't need to be choking the first ever series in the season like you just did. Now, hold up. Before you decide to try and talk about our series, at least ours was more competitive than whatever bullshit you decided to draw up and put out onto that diamond. Maybe after this season, Danny Morgan won't look for permission from Special K and give a big old bird to the entire franchise and find a new home somewhere else this time. If you are expecting a different result this week, it ain't happening. We are pissed off, mainly towards a certain fucking pitcher that let up runs he shouldn't have, but you are the unfortunate souls that get to take all this ass beating we have to give. Raise the cone, raise the Jolly Roger, Pirates win a clean sweep, and send those mother flockers into their watery graves.
Hey-o.
Yar har fiddle dee dee, beating the birdies is all right with me.
Wow.
Dude, I need a pirate sound. I need some kind of pirate sound for the soundboard, man.
Wow.
That is fucking great. That was fucking great. All right, so let's clear this up in the chat real quick, okay? The reason why we're having an issue with this is because we have a new way we do standings. So they lost 2 games, but one of those losses was an extra inning, so they still got a point for it. So they were kind of 1-1-1 if you want to get technical with it. They had one regulation win, one regulation loss, but then an extra innings loss. So if technically they were still 1-2 if we were just going by records, which is the same as the Pirates with a worse run differential. But because they made it to extra innings, they get that one extra point to be above Boston, Milwaukee, and Pittsburgh. So I saw a lot of chat about that in the chat, and just wanted to clear that up, make sure we were all on the same page. So going to game 3 this week of week 2 here in the Mob. Guardians and Cubs. Now, the most interesting thing about this for sure is Nate Hall and Malishka going against their former team. Cubs get the home field in game 1, so Nate, if they decide Nate's going to pitch game 1, he gets to go back and pitch in Wrigley Field for the first time since leaving the Cubs, so that's a cool storyline. Guardians seem to not have their shit together last week, but they're a brand new team with a new owner. Growing pains are expected. The Cubs, however, they won 2 games, right? A regulation, 1 in extra innings, so kind of the opposite of the Cardinals, and they beat a decent Cardinals team, which we know was the division winner last season. So on paper, Yogi, this says Cubs all the way. Is it Cubs all the way, or do the Guardians have a chance to take this series?
The Guardians have a ace card for this week because with the postseason that Nate had, he should have max points, but maximum points he's allowed to put on a pitcher
That's a
this
good
week.
point. Yeah.
So he should be able to correct anything he noticed that was off. And if he was smart and took his other points and put them on his other pitchers, he could help some of them out too. So I think that's going to help them in one game, but they've got to get that game. They really have to get it, especially if he's starting game one, they really got to jump on him that game. It could change the series if they do. If not, it's Cubs.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think the Cubs are going to be strong enough to take it over the course of a 3-game series, probably 2 games to that first game.
It's interesting, Bullet, that the Cubs in season 1, Greg Soto pitches, he leaves, they got to get a new pitcher. Nate comes in as what we call the tweeners, right? The 1.5 pitcher, because he wasn't a 2-season pitcher, but he wasn't a rookie, so he got that 1.5 points, right? He pitches phenomenal. Then he leaves, and now they have a sophomore rookie, and yet they still take 2 of 3 from the Cardinals in week 1, and Mob Nation has them up 37-11 in the pick'ems. Does pitching even matter for the Cubs at this point, or do they just go out and win games no matter what?
They seem to find a way to get those W's, and I think they're going to do it again this week. And based on the obviously very small sample size of this season so far, I'm going to adopt the "what have you done for me lately" approach and take the Cubs.
Yeah.
Until the Guardians can show us, the league, what they're made of. If they can step up and win some of these games, you got to pick against them.
I will say this: the Guardians made some progress in the pick'ems. At least their team picked themselves to win this season, as opposed to last week.
That's a plus.
So they're making progress. They are definitely making progress. Ray, are the Guardians making progress, or is it all Cubs, bro?
Brace yourself.
I'm fucking muted, bro.
You're fucking
after
muted,
last
bro.
week. After last week, you might as well just change that name back to the Indians, because holy hell, you weren't fucking guarding nothing. Before anyone starts thinking, Ray, Nate was playing the exact same way last season, and look what happened in the end. First of all, shut the fuck up. This is an entirely new team that has seemed to have taken on the motto from the San Francisco, hi-ho, it's off to the bridge we go. That motto, of course, being, make it seem like we know what we're doing, but worse. No, Malishka is saving you this week. They get to go up against the team that carried them to a championship, a team that showed everyone we didn't need Nate. He was just dead weight. You see the rhyme I just cooked up there?
You're like rapping and shit.
Fancy, man, fancy.
Cubbies cook up an extra large L for the Guardians, and we will take it with a 3-0 sweep.
Wow.
I
gotta be honest with you. I hope that doesn't happen. I would hate to see the Guardians start the season off 0-6. I don't want to see any team start off 0-6. Certainly not a new team, because that can be frustrating as shit. Moving on to Game 4, though, this is gonna be a banger, I think, because the Red Sox seem like they needed a couple games to figure things out, and it looks like they really figured them out in Game 3. The Mets look top notch so far. Did they take 2 out of 3? Was it against the
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yeah, shut up, Bullet.
And they're
I was going to say, what was that, Yogi?
And they're basically in a 3-way tie for second place there, as you see, with the Orioles and the Yankees. I don't want to say this doesn't scream to me by any means what the Cubs Guardians series screamed to me. Do I see an advantage for the Mets? Absolutely, Yogi. But I feel like the Red Sox figured something out in Game 3. Does that matter, and is it enough to go against a Mets team who won the tougher division in the mob last season?
Yeah, if the Winkler kids, the Winkler clan, the Flying Winklers, whatever you want to call them, it's like 6 of them on the field. If they come through again,
6 Winklers.
They're going to be impossible to beat. If he's found something, a combination that works with them, they're going to be tough because they carried that team, those 2 wins. But I think you're 100% correct saying Boston figured something out. It's still tinkering time. Everybody's still tinkering.
Yeah.
They figured something out that worked for them in game 3. We'll see if that carries over to this series. If so, I think they'll steal a game. And the Mets will still win 2-1.
I think that's realistic. Bullet, as I'm looking at the pick'ems here, this is the worst. Yeah, by far the worst one. 39-8 in favor of the Mets. I don't think it's unrealistic to say the Red Sox can steal a game, especially maybe at home. Can they win the series? I doubt it. But what do you think? Do you think it's realistic to think that they can at least steal one?
I think as a Mets player, as a baseball player, you want to win 2 out of every 3 in a series, period.
Right. Yes.
So I'll settle for that. You win 2 out of 3 every series, you win 100 games in real Major League Baseball for the year. So I'll take 2 out of 3. Again, it's the what have you done for me lately thing here. The Mets, we had a good series. Red Sox, new team still figuring things out. Until proven otherwise, I think we get the nod in the series.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think we're all on the same page. Probably Mets 2-1. I think all three of us agree with that. But
I'll settle for that.
Yeah, but what does Ray have to say about the Mets and the Red Sox? I wonder.
Sorry.
That's your cue. That's your cue, bro. When I stop talking.
I know. I'm over here snacking, but I'm also sitting here like there's a fucking tweet out there that says the fucking Celtics just got Giannis in a trade, so I'm trying to make sure that was real or not. I don't know yet.
Okay.
There's one guy named Scott Hughes who apparently works for Sports Illustrated. He's tweeting it out, but I haven't seen anywhere else. All right, yeah. Mets and Red Sox. Speaking of Boston, boy, do I want to be excited about this matchup. But after last week against the Yankees, it's just going to be another story of Boston underperforming against the New York team. I'd say they would be winning in the biggest ass category as well, but we all know who will always own and dominate that category. Right, Clamsy? They got Jack Gaines and the Caveman on the team. I'm sure there are others, but they didn't show up for the series last week. I refuse to even try and learn their names for a rant this week.
Ooh.
Same result as last week. New York wins 2 games. Boston will decide to finally play ball in the meaningless game as they chase the Guardians for the worst record award. What do you mean there's no award for it? Just take a shit on their field. It would probably play better than most of their AI anyways.
No.
Wow.
You didn't just
aggressive. That's aggressive.
I don't even know if I should hit the clappy button for that one. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Thanks? Question mark.
And up energy.
Oh shit! And Clams is telling you to watch your fucking mouth. Game 5, the 5th series, coming up here this week in week 2 of season 3 in the Mob, is not what I think is going to be the best series, but is the most intriguing series to me, and I'll tell you why. Number one, the A's have jumped out to a commanding 3-0 lead over the rest of the teams in the standings. The Brewers, who went to the Robo Classic last season, underperformed in week 1. But here's the intriguing part, Yogi and Bullet, that I want you guys to think about when you're talking about this. We all remember last season, what was the A's thing? Sweep somebody one week, get swept the next week. Sweep somebody, get swept. Sweep somebody, get swept. Are they literally on the same roller coaster they were on last season that is just continuing? What are your thoughts, Yogi?
I can pray. Hope for that.
You hope so.
Yeah.
You hope so.
Realistically, if you go with bullets, what have you shown me lately? No. I believe right now Greg is head and shoulders with his builds above us. We have a chance to catch up. I'm talking about the whole league. I think they have the builds right because his pitching staff was phenomenal. I knew we were in trouble in game 2 when Martinez went, 7 innings, his second pitcher?
Yeah,
I was like,
ridiculous. Yeah.
Because that was what I feared the most was my next 2 pitchers after having Ducati every game.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore.
Right.
I don't know how we're going to stack up against that. I corrected a few things this week. We'll see how it plays out. I think we can steal a win, and I'm praying we can steal a win because I don't want to go 1-5. This is our first time, like Ray said last week, being below 500, and it's not a good taste. I don't like it.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Winkler in the chat, sweep on, sweep off, sweep on, sweep off, the sweeper. All right.
That was more like a Mr. Miyagi thing?
Oh, was it? I thought it was
Than that?
the
Like
clapper. I thought it was like the clapper, man.
No, it was
Damn
like
it.
you wax on, wax off.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, I'm glad you jumped in to explain that shit. Bullet. This is the third closest, so it's right smack dab in the middle. 27-20 A's. So regardless of how good people think the A's are, and regardless of what people think the Brewers, how they played in the week, both these teams are getting a lot of votes, so there's still a little love there for both teams. What are your thoughts here with Brewers and Athletics?
Well, I do think this is the matchup of the week, personally. This is a huge series for the Brewers because they don't want to lose 2 out of 3 or get swept because they're just putting themselves in a very big hole that'll take weeks to get out of if that happens. And the A's, of course, had a excellent, the best, in fact, week last week.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be tight. I think the Brewers, I do still think that the Brewers are one of the top tier teams in the league this year, and the A's are hoping that they are as well. They just need to be a little more consistent, unlike last year. If that's the case, like look out. But that's why this is an intriguing series. I think the Brewers have a lot to lose by losing this series, so I think they're going to eke it out. 2-1 to the Brewers.
Is there any chance? Do you think there's any chance the A's get swept?
Based on the small sample size, no.
Yeah.
Based on what's happened after week 1, no. I would be surprised if either team gets swept.
Yeah. Wing, since you're in here, let me ask you real quick. We talked about the A's and their roller coasters. Sweep gets swept, like you mentioned the sweep thing in the chat. Is there a chance the Brewers sweep the Athletics, or do you think Athletics are just too put together here early in the season?
My heart wants them to. I don't need the Athletics to jump out to a bigger lead than they already have. Possibility of it happening? Unlikely. But where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Brewers can hit like they hit against us, they 100% have a chance. The A's, as dominant as they looked, they played an unknown quantity.
Yeah.
In
Cleveland,
the Guardians, and as much as I love new owners, there is a certain learning curve when your feet are to the flames, right? And Cleveland is gonna figure it out. I don't think they figured it out right now, as you can tell. They got swept. So I don't think that matchup was the best matchup to show you who the Athletics are. I think the matchup against the Brewers will show you what both teams are really made out of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I agree with that.
Ray, I think we're all a little bit in favor of the A's, maybe probably more like a 2-1 thing, or a Brewers 2-1, no sweeps right now, according to the panelists. What say you, Ray, on your very last rant here for week 1.5?
There you go. I was waiting for you to put my graphic up. I'm gonna be a little diva about that because I team with a diva, so now I've interpreted you motherfucker. I've interpreted some of that diva-ness from my teammate. Series of the week, folks. Not you, Siri. Shut the fuck up. That is not a part of the rant. My fucking phone just went off. It's going to be a classic. We all know the history behind these two teams last season, and we were all here for the hatred between Greg Soto and Yogi Berra. It's a little different this time, considering Greg doesn't have to worry about giving me my annual home run off of him just yet. But the Just for Greg pitcher looked impressive in his first performance. 6 strikeouts and 3 earned runs. Okay, so not impressive, just mid, which pretty much explains the A's entire season last year as well. Now, bear with me, it's going to feel weird talking shit about Milwaukee, but in all honesty, I can't really talk shit about a team that decided to fade away in the World Series and tell me, hey Ray, we can't hit for shit, so it's all on you, buddy. Win us the trophy. Motherfuckers, it's a team effort. The hell do I look like? Dave bragging about 2 home runs in a week? Speaking of, have y'all heard about that last season? It was fucking spectacular. I'll give the edge to the Brewers, though. Tough series last week for them, and they will get the redemption they need off of this one. 2-1 for the Brew Crew.
Sorry, I didn't have my fucking clap button ready yet. Hold on. Hey, by the way, did you hear I also led the league in stolen bases last season?
I was going to put that too, but I was like, oh, wait, he wants these as a minute.
yeah, that's it. All right. The Diamond Massacre, a.k.a. Ray's Rant. All 5 games, you heard it here. Ray, thank you as always. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
All right, so that's pretty much a wrap. I said 9:30. We're pretty close to 9:30, Chris, like I said. Wait, Dave hit a home run. Did he win the stolen base card? Oh, Corn King, do you want me to tell you about it? Like I mentioned earlier.
Here comes story time with Dave again.
Yeah, here's story. So once upon a time, boys and girls, there was this really fast guy, and he got rear-ended. Hey-o. So we've got I will let you guys know tonight or tomorrow if the schedule's going to change again. And on those couple rules that we talked about with pitchers and with the 4-for-4, 5-for-5 stuff after I meet with owners here in a few minutes. So be on the lookout for that. I won't ping at everyone tonight if it's too late. I'll probably put it there, and then I'll just add everyone in the morning. So I want to thank Frank the Franchise Wade for hanging out with us tonight. Corn King. Art Vandalay showed up just in time, just in the nick of time. Bullet Beletsky, Wink, Albert Begin, Clams, Chris Lee, Annie, Leathers, David Leathers, the man with the best first name in the history of all creation. Soto's listening. Ray's in the house. Pain in my ass. Rob Forker, Gunny, Freddie, Doug Day, Doug Britton, Boonberry, Bearded Android, Twin Screw, Winkler, I said already, Annie, Crazy, and Crazy Canuck. I think that's the last one. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate it. I don't know how we're ever going to make this a fucking 1-hour show starting next week, but pray for us. Seriously, we're going to have to figure it out. So thanks for being here. Appreciate the panelists, as always, Yogi, Bullet, and Ray, and Wink jumping in at the last minute. I will let you know what's going to happen. If everything goes according to plan, I'll see you right here on this Twitch channel tomorrow at some time that I don't know and you don't know. So see you tomorrow. Good night now.